convincing start to the
All
match.
right, so over to game 2 now. Aryan has the white pieces. We'll see if he can manage to come back.
Yeah, so this is another e4, e5 open game. This one is a Rule Lopez, the Steinitz variation with g6 and d6. Also played by Magnus Carlsen, among others, and Johan Salomon, just to name a few Offerspiel players.
Yep.
b5, bishop will go to b3 or c2. I'm guessing c2, but I've been mistaken before. c2 is played. Knight f6. And now it's up to Aryan to find the right maneuver. h3, nice, useful waiting move. Will the knight go to f1 in this position, or will it do something else? It's
probably to f1 to g3. That's or e3,
or maybe even e3. That's a standard maneuver at least. Yes, and he is moving his knight. He's playing faster in this game, Aryan, and the opening in the first game was not a success for Aryan. So he needs to find his mojo pretty fast here.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't afford to lose many games in a format like this. We saw Linus yesterday, went down 2-0 against Jasper. Didn't stand a chance.
No. Yeah, and he blundered quite
some
quite
monstrous
badly.
blunders,
Yeah,
yes, but still it was a tough start to take for Linus, who's a very strong player also in Blitz. So just shows how mentally tough it is to go down 2-0 so early in the match.
So are these guys still in book? Because I see that they use quite little time.
I can't imagine, but I
guess... Not booked up, but probably this is not too unfamiliar, yeah?
Probably thematic, yes, but I'm not sure. I would prefer white in this position, but black's long-term asset here, he wants to play along the pawn chain, of course, is f5. This is the most tempting pawn break in the entire position.
Yeah.
f5 is black's main and long-term plan. c5 is the most logical break for white, which he does immediately, Aryan. So it's it looks like he's much sharper in this game. Bishop b5. Nice to get that one out of the pawn chain, or outside of the pawn chain, so to speak. Bishop e3. Queen d2 will be played, threatening 2 pawns. How do you cover against this, Jan Sebastian? I'm not sure. Maybe you don't mind this pawn, but I'm not.
Yeah, maybe you have to give something. I feel Jan Sebastian is not playing on the f5 plan anymore.
He's not. No, he's not.
Because but he has control over the A and the B file, right?
Okay, so Aryan has the chance to win this one.
Okay,
right,
then you have a discovery. Is there any useful discoveries though? I mean, to go to e2 and take on f3 is nonsensical.
Pretty pointless to give up the bishop here like that. But I guess after taking, you always have queen c3, which is a very good covering move against any discovery.
I guess you could try and go for the b pawn. Maybe with something like queen
so
a2.
he inserts this.
Sorry. Very nice insertion. Yeah, sorry, it's fine. I know you like your casual.
I like my
insertion.
Limited vocabulary. Yes. Taking this is of course a major threat now, would destabilize black's entire position. So Aryan down on the clock, but a pawn up, which is the exact opposite of the previous game.
Yeah, I mean the clock is not a factor just yet.
Okay, rook b2 now possible now, of course, because queen can take on d3. This pawn looks, well, not doomed, but it's at least struggling. It's on life support for now.
I guess you could go. Yeah, I was thinking bishop c1, but that's probably
a bit uncomfortable after rook c8. Yes.
Alright, so maybe f5 after all?
It looks like a very healthy pawn up for white, but it's difficult to convert, unless, of course, you can get it moving. b4 is a good move, queen b1 check not possible.
Yeah.
Okay, how about rook b2 now? Just covering the pawn.
Seems logical to me.
Yeah, ramming it up.
And I guess you need to go rook b8, but then suddenly just b5. I don't know.
You could wait also. Queen c3 maybe, or maybe queen b3. I mean, you have all the time in the world to get these guys home again.
What is this?
Oh, because queen a1, so queen takes is probably not possible.
And after pawn takes?
e4.
Oh.
But okay, this looks. But all right, okay.
Kapow in the chat, yeah.
Yes, and chat points out that Aryan looks like he's fronting My Chemical Romance, which I'm not gonna comment. I'm just gonna leave it there. Knight d5, a very sharp tactical move from Jan Sebastian. Aryan is thinking. If you're thinking after such a move, it's not a good sign.
Yeah, so both of them are in deep thought right now.
Yes.
It looks like Johann Sebastian is fairly happy, I think. hard to tell.
Hard to tell. Queen a1 coming now, but after b5, 2 pawns are hanging, d6, f7. There's major compensation for whites.
Major compensation, I would say.
I would say so, yes, absolutely. Because I would be tempted to just take on f7 immediately, because something like this looks very dangerous. But I guess b5 first is something you can afford.
I think this...
How about this now? Rook f8, or what do you do? Taking first, maybe? No, because f2 is weak.
Yeah. Okay, so take rook f8.
And go back.
Queen c4 maybe,
Yeah,
because the b pawn is
right. So he
hanging.
does take. He needs to take on b5 if there's any point to this maneuver. H4, queen d5.
Yeah, because if knight h4, then there was still queen e8 covering everything.
Right, and then the knight would be misplaced. Queen e6 now maybe.
Okay, now I think black is winning. I think Aryan had a chance there, but
I'm not sure. I'm sure it's very good for black, but I'm not sure it's winning yet. But it looks definitely good for black. This, depending on if white can play h5 immediately or not. Of course, queen f7 or queen e6 now. Okay, queen e6.
Yeah, winning. I don't know. I mean, theoretically winning.
Hard to say.
I guess if you give this to computer, definitely. But this is, of course, blitz chess.
Feed the computer. Yes.
Feed
the computer. Yeah.
Did I say that?
No, I said that.
Feed the computer.
Yes.
What is a feed the computer?
Feed the computer.
Feed the computer. Yeah.
Don't get hanged up in that. TV gold. H5, pawn sacrifice, maybe knight f5. This one is hanging though. Could check on f5 first. Follow up with some knight move, probably to h4.
There is knight g4 though.
So you have to take on h5. That doesn't look very good because e4 is hanging in the end. So is h6. Aryan down to 10 seconds. Alright. This doesn't look very promising for him. Queen will take on e4, I'm sure. And it looks like a win for Jan Sebastian yet again. This, if he can keep his head cool in the last couple of seconds of the game, he's comfortably ahead on the clock. 40 seconds, 10 for Aryan. This looks good for.
Yeah, now this looks really, really promising to say the least.
30 seconds. He's of course thinking, trying to find the most accurate move in the position. I would consider something like rook f8,
yeah,
but okay, queen c4.
Yeah, because that covers e6.
Covers everything, yes. This knight looks like a
Black's
monster.
only problem is a bit Eric King,
yeah,
right?
The knight will be a monster on f5. Okay, the knight goes in. Lots of jumping opportunities for this horsey, and Jan Sebastian can't seem to figure it out. Needs to sacrifice the pawn on d6. He does. Can play queen g6 now to cover his king side, but now I don't think the advantage is so clear anymore because white's position is quite solid. Queen h4, queen takes e4 is probably a plan now. It doesn't allow this, of course.
Yeah.
Knight will go to d6. No. Queen c8, active move. Knight d6 was, of course, not possible. It will be on pre. Can take on f5 and play knight d6. Knight d2 instead. Smart move. King going to f4, probably. 10 seconds each. If the pawn on
another
e4
pawn
falls,
is falling, though.
Yeah, and then I think Aryan is comfortable enough to save this, but
maybe not.
Can't be certain. If the pawn is falling, of course.
I spoke too early. These guys are pretty good, it turns out.
10 seconds for Jan Sebastian. Aryan up to 15. Of course, not possible to go for this because this would be a disaster. Oh, this looks very promising now for Jan Sebastian after tricking Aryan into an exchange of minor pieces. Pawn on e3 falls.
Just gotta look out for cheap
any
tricks.
forks. Any
Yeah.
forks.
Not
And
as
he
I can
resigned.
see.